Hagan has been the top gun for the Liberty D this season. Did you see that Top Gun Tom Cruise reference?
That was good. You almost
the Florida native had 8 tackles, forced a fumble, and had an interception last week. Hagan now has 9 interceptions for his career, which ties him for 5th all time. Not to mention he was named the Big South Defensive Player of the Week. Hagan puts in a lot of hard work, and it shows on game day.
I just take every day for what it is. Everything I do, try to give my best in everything I do, lifting weights out in the field, in the weight room, watching film, everything. And after every practice, I try to pick some, get a little extra work on, whether it's catching balls, footwork.
Hagan and the Flames on a plane this week as they travel to Indiana State to face the Sycamores. For more on that game, we bring in LFSN TV's Nick Pierce. Hey, Nick, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me.
Well, Indiana State, they were off last week, had an extra week to prepare for Liberty. Let's first talk about that Sycamore offense. Their quarterback was injured last year, but he's playing pretty well this season.
Yeah, he's definitely playing at a high level right now, Clement, and this entire Indiana State football team is as well. Remember, this is a team that won just 1 game a year ago, 1-11 season. They're already 2-1 now this year with a win over Ball State a couple of weeks ago, and it does start with their offense. 280 passing yards per game. That's 10th best in the country, and Mike Parrish, their quarterback that you speak of this season, really having a great year so far. He likes to throw the football around. 317 yards against Ball State. 3 touchdowns, 2 straight 300-yard performances for Parrish. And again, he's playing at a high level. His top targets, wide receiver number 4, Gary Owens, had 7 catches for 107 yards in that win over Ball State. Also has a tight end that he likes to go to in Jamar Brown. He's got a couple of touchdown passes this year also. And here's the biggest thing about their offense, guys. 3 games so far, 0 turnovers. They're the only FCS team in the country that's played more than 1 game that can say that.
Yeah, and you talked about their rough season last year, Nick, but what people may not know is the Missouri Valley Football Conference is essentially the SEC of FCS football. It's a loaded conference. So while they may have had a rough season last year, that doesn't mean they don't have talent. You talked about some of that talent on the offensive side. On defense, they have some playmakers as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, to your point, North Dakota State, South Dakota State, very, very loaded football conference. But defensively, yes, it starts with number 55, Connor Underwood for them. Underwood, a terror off the defensive end spot, 8 tackles for a loss, 3.5 sacks in 3 games. Conversely, though, the Flames have done pretty good in pass protection. They've allowed only 3 sacks this year and none over the last 2 weeks. So we'll see how that offensive line holds up against him. In the secondary, they've got a guy that Gabe Henderson called the real deal. That's number 7, Travis Starks. A couple of interceptions for him this year, 2 pass breakups also. So defensively, they like to do a little bit more zone blitzing than the Flames have seen over the last couple of weeks. But one similarity is it's another 3-4 front that Liberty has to prepare for this week.
Should be an interesting game. Of course, Indiana State beat an FBS team, Ball State, in their last time out, so they'll be confident. Liberty has won 3 in a row, so they'll be confident as well.
That's right. Nick Pierce, we call you the real deal around here. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hey, we'll see you up in Terre Haute on Saturday.
You're too kind. Thank you.